Okay. Okay, how about Division 23 East? No, 23 East, how about Division 23 West?
Good evening.
Good evening.
DP Janet.
Hi, DP Janet, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great.
It's good to be here, and I bring you greetings from the Kiwanis Club of the Sunshine City, Portmore. There are 3 of us here as we join with you to celebrate CKI Week. Thank you.
It's great having you and your delegation, DP Janet, and we invite you to return every Tuesday at this time.
We'll try. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Joshua.
I appreciate it. All right. Anyone from 23 West? 23 West? How about 23 Central? No, no. Well, I know we have a lot of SLPs on. We should have a lot of SLPs on tonight. So SLP.
Sure. Division 23 Central is represented right here now. Good evening, everyone. DP Georgia from Kiwanis Club of Stony Hill. And we have a delegation here. I'm counting about 4 of us for the time being, but we know that others will join. And you know, we are very, very interested in our SLPs, so we couldn't but join the meeting this evening. Thank you very much for having us.
And you know, we're always happy to have you, DP Georgia, and your delegation. Welcome, and we hope you stay for the entire evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi there.
Okay, good evening. I am DE Reddy from the Kiwanis Club of 23 Central Surrey Online. And at this time, we have a delegation of 4 members visiting with you. The number will grow as the evening continues, but in the interim, thank you for inviting us to this exciting and rich meeting. Well, we're anticipating that it will be rich and exciting. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, PE, UDC. I mean, as usual, we can always count on seeing you if we don't see anybody else. And we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's my club by now, right?
It certainly is.
It is. You have at least one of our members.
I will tell you a little secret. Don't tell anybody. I see you more often than I see some members of my club.
Oh,
And that's a secret P.
That's a secret between you and I.
okay.
All right. Any SLPs?
You're jumping so fast, you're not even giving me a chance.
DLG Gertlin, I would never disenfranchise you. Never.
No, but it's not. But I tried more than once, but you're moving so fast. This alacrity is getting faster. Anyway, I bring you greetings from the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston. Happy CKI week and happy anniversary to Michael. I know you're going to have a great week of excitement and fun and everything that is good. But I'm not sure how many. I think I saw dear Sonia Liebert and Kiwani Audrey Lewis. I'm DLG Gerslin. Have a wonderful meeting and stay safe, everyone.
I thank you. Thank you, DLG Gertlin. And I promise you, I will take my foot off the accelerator.
Have fun.
Anyone else?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is Director Xavier from the Kiwanis Club of Caribbean Emerging Leaders, Jamaica. I'm currently by myself at the moment. However, I could not miss the opportunity to hear from a fellow classmate president, DP Joshua, and this distinguished Secretary Diana, who were actually I got to share a lot of experiences with them in CKI. So looking forward to an excellent meeting.
Okay, thank you for joining with us this afternoon, Director Xavier. But I tell you, if you look to your left and to your right, you'll see 59 others. So you're not alone. Any SLPs?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Past Vice President of the Dunn Park Technical High School here, Daniel Heath. Here with me is our lovely FA Aldi Douglas, Bulletin Editor Brittany Hamilton. Happy anniversary to Mike, and I hope you guys enjoy the CKI week as well. And I hope for a good meeting as well. Good.
Hey, thank you, VP Daniel. And I must say publicly, whenever you come on, I like the way you represent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other SLP?
Okay, good evening. I am a bit late in my introduction of my club members, but
Yes.
this is Secretary Diana Denton from the Kiwanis Club of Nation Builders, Kingston. I have with me 2 additional members, Director Sasha Ferguson and Miss Member Merelda Hughes. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Diana, and your delegation. We're really happy to have you. Any other SLP or any other division that I went too fast that they didn't get a chance? Any? No? Okay, how about guests of Kiwanians? How about persons who were not invited by Kiwanians, but they just heard the Kiwanis Club of Kingston was a happy bunch of people to hang out with, so you just joined with us. Any other?
P.E. Newton,
Yes, DLG Willie.
I think we should welcome our latest prospect and soon to be Kiwanian,
Okay.
Andy John Baptiste.
Oh, you know,
Introduction.
I'm glad you are the one who called his name DLG Willie, because I'm kind of afraid of mispronouncing it in public. So welcome, sir. I hope you'll be happy with your home with the Kiwanis Club of Kingston.
And good night. It's a pleasure to join as usual.
Okay, great. Nice having you here. Any other person who would want to just let us know that you're with us?
Good evening.
Hello.
I am Andrika Nelson, prospective member from the Montego Bay chapter.
Okay.
Oh, okay, and I hope the next time you're on, or at least in a very short period of time, you will no longer be the prospective member, but you will be one of our sisters.
It is my hope.
Okay. And let me be one of the first to welcome you to the Kiwanis movement. You never made a better choice.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
Okay. Anyone else?
Oh, good evening again, PD Newton. I actually have a couple guests from the Northern Caribbean University, NCU. I think there are about two of them online. So the goal is by the end of the year, we can call them the Northern Caribbean University Circuit K International Club. So just have them out here to give them as much exposure to the Kiwanis family as possible.
Thank you for bringing them, Director Xavier. And I hope from what they see tonight, they will want to become a part of this movement. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, well, we have an interesting program lined up. So let me just hand you back to President Junior and President Kino right now. Thank you.
Yes.
And welcome to all.
Thank you. Thank you, P. I'm seeing DP Stewart hand is up. Is it you? Would you like to make a comment or something at this point, DP, or you just didn't take it down? DP Stewart? All right, we go by.
No, I didn't intentionally do that. I'll check and make sure it's down.
Okay. And we will then move to recognition of birthdays and anniversary. But just before you come back, P. Newton, I'd ask Stacy and Johnson from Michael CKI to start, and then you'll come back immediately after her. Stacy, and is she on for the birthdays and anniversaries? Commemorate recognition now.
President Junior, she had informed me early on that there was none of the members or prospects were celebrating birthdays this week.
Okay, thank you, DLG. So we are back to you then, PE.
Sorry, President Junior, I'm not sure if you took apologies for absence, but I do have one. Chairman Zuri.
Yes, go ahead.
Our sergeant, he has apologized. He has work that he can't leave, so he won't be making it tonight.
All right, thank you, VP. Back to you, PE Newton.
Okay, thank you, President Junior. Well, this week at the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, there's never a week that we don't have something special happening. So the synopsis of us this week is that Kiwanian Patrick Barnes and his wife Dorothy will be celebrating their anniversary on the 29th of this month. And as it pertains to birthday in the coming days, on the 30th of October this month, we will have none other than the former Sarge himself, DP Earl Spencer, celebrating his birthday, and also Director David Hall. They both celebrate their birthdays on the 30th of October. Now, I know that there may be other members of the club who hopefully I didn't miss anybody. But if I did, I'm asking you to just bear me up right now. And if there are no members of the club, I'm also asking anyone who is celebrating any special occasion right now, be it a birthday, anniversary, anything special to you, through President Junior, I'm going to invite you to open your microphone. Let us know so we can celebrate with you.
Yes.
Anyone? Okay, for the second and final time tonight, it's back to you, President Junior.
And thank you again, PE Newton. Okay, just now we'll move to one of our special items. One of our special items, that is, and we'll have a song by Circle K, by yes, by Circle K, AJ Mattis. Is that the pronunciation?
It's a small change, President Joshua Brown will introduce the new songbird.
I saw a special song here, so that is out.
No, DP Joshua Brown is going to introduce somebody else in his absence.
Okay. So do we move on, or he's going to do it now?
No, ask Joshua to come on.
DP Joshua. He's on. Are you going to be introducing somebody else? DP Joshua Brown. Hello.
Yes, President. Maybe we'll have him later.
All right. Let us keep that for later. So it's your time then, DLG.
Thank you, President.
To do the history of CKI and the Michael KI legacy.
Thank you, President Junior.
Good.
Fellow Kiwanians, yes, Michael Circle K's and members of our SLP, St. Hugh's, and the Noon Key clubs. This evening, I want to speak to you for a few minutes on the history of Michael Circle K and the Michael Circle K legacy. Michael University College Circle K was the second CKI international club to be established in the Caribbean, and the first in Jamaica. It was chartered on October 27, 1977 by the first club in Jamaica, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Michael CKI has had an enviable record of service since it was formed in October 1977, and during this time, the club has received many awards and has been distinguished countless times. Michael University College Circle K, CKI, has served their school and communities with dedication and commitment. Some of the major community projects undertaken over the years are refurbishing the facilities for children at the Early Stimulation Center on North Street, reconstructing and refurbishing the dining facilities at the Almontown Primary School in partnership with the Pacific Northwest District, the Tomorrow Fund, and Digital Foundation of Jamaica, the mentoring program at the Michael Counseling Center, feeding program of the homeless indigents in Crossroads and downtown Kingston in December 20. More recently, the club partnered with their sponsoring club in Season of Giving projects, bringing Christmas cheer to many beneficiaries, including my father's house within the Mustard Seed community, 2 needy families in Buffet and a number of needy families in Kingston. Refurbishing of the bathroom facilities for the children at the Michael Early Childhood Center and designed posters to raise awareness on hygiene and sanitization. Also made donations to aid in refurbishing schools' first aid kit. Annual beach cleanup. Repainting the pedestrian crossings on the campus in collaboration with Kiwanis Club of Kingston. The club was also involved with the Kiwanis one-day tree planting project in October 2021 by planting fruit trees to the southern west boundary of the campus, just to name a few. Through involvement in Michael University College, Circle K, it is expected that members will hone leadership skills and learn from each other to develop good attitudes, admirable patterns of behavior, and gain worthwhile experiences. Participation in various activities through the club gives the members the opportunity to apply their skills, talents, and expertise. The fourth tenet, fellowship, is manifested by the level of interclubbing by members with other CKI clubs and Kiwanis clubs across the island. It is through the vision and commitment of caring individuals and organizations such as Kiwanis and CKI that many of the social needs of our society are met, as it is recognized the state will never be able to do it all. The contribution of these persons is acceptance of the fact that we are brothers keepers, and so their onus is on us to seek ways of alleviating their distress or discomfort and helping them to be the best they can be. As is, my Kunyans, as you celebrate your 45th anniversary and the work you have done over the past 45 years, I applaud the membership for your unwavering support to persons in need. I commend you wholeheartedly for the service rendered to the less fortunate, the poor, the elderly, the children, and disadvantaged in our society. I now implore you to continue to carry on the legacy of service, leadership, and fellowship to take the club to greater heights. Thank you. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Secretary Willie, and thank you for that brief history of the Michael Circle K and also the legacy of Michael Circle K. Okay, so we move into the main item of this meeting, and I call on President Kino to introduce his main speakers at this time. President Kino.
All right, so good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. So when we look on the flyer, we realize that the speakers are in a particular order, but I'm going to mix and match things a little bit. And follow and do it in a reverse order. So I'm going to start this evening with the lady representative. Her name is Diana Denton. She attended the Marymount High School. She's been at Michael for the last 4 years. Currently, well, before we move to currently, she has served on the CKI board at Michael as a secretary, and she's a distinguished secretary. She is also a past member of the district board. Currently, she is the Madam Senior Lady here at the Michael University College. And I don't think there's any other university that has a responsibility or a position known as the Madam Senior Lady. But that position on the Guild Council here at Michael is only given to females. Only females are allowed to vie for that position. Today, she holds that very prestigious seat. So she's addressed as It's as though you're the queen of Michael. So she's Madam, when you address her, it's Madam Senior Lady Diana Denton. Whoa. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to ask Madam Senior Lady to go ahead and grace us this evening. Tell us about your CKI experience and what that has done for you and what it will be doing for you in the future.
Good evening, President Kino. Good evening to all Kiwanians. I
Very
must
good evening.
guys that I'm currently traveling. I'm almost home, just a little. Within 1 minute, I'll be home. I will be ready to speak. That was such an elaborate speech. I honestly didn't know so much was known about me, but I thank you. As soon as I arrive, I will definitely rejoin the meeting. My apologies for that.
All right, no problem, Diana, and we understand. So I am going to go next in the meantime to LG Ray J. Thompson. Now, LG Ray J, to keep it very brief, LG Ray J is a distinguished vice president here at the Michael CKI. He has served as on the Guild Council here at Michael with responsibility for clubs and societies. He has also served as house captain for the Lushington House, the best house at Michael, by the way. There's no other house other than Lushington House. And he is currently the LG for the Paradise Division here the Paradise Division, that's the division that the Michael University falls in. Another thing about LG Ray J, and a fun fact, you know, it just clicked in my brain because I never even realized it when we were selecting the individuals. When we were selecting the individuals, all three speakers tonight, they are special education majors here at Michael University. And Ray J's specialization in special ed is assessment. So LG Ray J, the floor is now yours.
Thank you so much, President Kinali, and thank you for that introduction as well. All right, so just to touch on Circuit K. So Circuit K International is a club that builds young youths to be better, more brief when expressing oneself, making the right decisions, and effective time management as well as volunteering. CKI goes by three tenets. You have leadership, fellowship, and service. We serve all these three tenets to the best of our abilities. Firstly, leadership. The leaders, you have leaders and young leaders that mold the beginners, like new certificates into becoming effective leaders to lead others in a brighter path to success. Then we have fellowship, where we all get the opportunity to learn more about different cultures from various countries, and we get to meet new people as well as building a strong relationship with them. And then we have our service. What is a club without service? Service is where we dedicate ourselves in giving back to the people in need of help in desperate times. If there's no service, fellowship, and leadership, then CKI is nothing. With that said, those are the reasons why I joined Circuit K, and I can also use myself as an example to show you that CKI definitely builds. From a member, so I was starting from a member to a vice president, to a distinguished vice president, to a bulletin editor, to a district chairperson, and now the lieutenant governor for the Paradise Division, in which the Michael CKI is a part of. So CKI is not all about just going to volunteer entry. No, it builds you. It builds you to be leaders. So when you're part of CKI and it gives you, you can go out and use all those skills that you have gathered from CKI. So it is one of the best club that I've ever known. Then we start from Key Club from primary high school, and it's Key Club from high school, right? And we have secretary for university. I'm trying to remember the primary. I think it's Builders Club. You know, I'll go to Builders Club, then move to Key Club, and then we transition to secretary and realize that some things might be similar, but then again, it is different. And my journey in CKI is one of the best because I've encountered with many others face to face from 2019. So I'll get a good amount of experience from CKI. You know, that we have events that we all can go to.
Sorry, LG, Ray J, your mic is the only one that's open. Is that sound coming from your end?
Yes, because I'm basically still in training. I just take the time out to come to the meeting.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
sorry about
No,
that.
it's okay. We can hear you. Okay.
Okay, so the last point was that we have multiple of events that the club itself hosts, or the district hosts, where you have DLFC, which is District Leadership Fall Conference, and this is basically where we mold new members. We teach them about the positions that we have, we educate them, and we let them have fun in the midst of educating them about the newly district position, also as the club position. Then we have district convention. District convention is where we award our hardworking and dedicated board members who have been outstanding throughout the term. And with that said, CK is all about having fun and giving back to others, as well as building in sunny areas. That's it. Thank you.
So LG Ray J, let's spice things up a bit. So I have a question for you. Tell us the 69 of us, the 69 of us online. Tell us about, you see, sometimes when we are given leadership responsibilities, we as leaders, we know how to smile even when things are not even going in our favor. We know how to put on that face that is accepting regardless of the circumstances. Tell us about an experience or experiences, and be succinct, that you never enjoyed, or it was quite the challenge. Like looking back, it just slapped you in your brain and you're like, yes, that's a situation I never imagined that I would have experienced whilst in CKI. Tell us about a not so, for lack of a better word, nice situation that you probably would have had during your tenure as vice president or bulletin editor, or any other of the responsibilities you had held.
All right, so I can say that as a vice president back then, we were going through a whole lot where we have members not even members, board members not playing their roles. And I was very upset, but no one could tell, and no one noticed that none of the board members wasn't doing what they're supposed to do, because at the end of the day, I always try to fill the gap wherever is needed. So if I see something happening, I just do it. I might be upset while doing it, but then again, as you said, I smile through it, so no one can tell if I'm upset or I'm facing anything. So, yeah.
Okay. And my follow-up question, how has that changed your life? How have those experiences changed your life?
Well, I must say, those experiences changed my life in basically saying that you cannot sit down and wait for someone to do something. Get up and do it, because at the end of the day, you're benefiting from it. So don't sit down and wait for anything to come handed into you. You have to get up and work for it, put in the work, and then you can get good from it. You might not, but you can expect. But the saying, expect the unexpected, and that would be my motto. And so yeah.
And the funny thing about expecting the unexpected is that if you expect the unexpected, it makes the unexpected expected at the end of the day. So anyway, turn is either one way or the other, Ray J. But thank you. I'm not sure if anyone in the audience would like to add to the conversation, or based on what Ray J had just spoken
No,
about.
I think we should go to the each of the speakers. I think what you did was fine. And then at the end of it, then if anybody from the floor, then we could open it up.
Yes. Yes, let us take the speaker.
So I'm going to, all right, I'm going to give Diana some more time to catch her breath. And, and then I'm going to go with Joshua now. So Joshua Brown, he is a distinguished president from Micro CKI. He was also one of the first students, or the first student, to serve on the Guild Corps at the Micro University College. And his position was spiritual coordinator, and he held that for 2 years. Now, he's a special major. He's pursuing, he is in his final year. He's a special major, and his specialization is moderate to severe disabilities. In addition to that, currently, it's a big thing. Currently, he is the president of the Micro University College's Guild Council. He's our guild president, and he has been very ably leading us through what is a very tumultuous period here at the Micro. And you wouldn't even tell that it is tumultuous the way he graces the campus with his presence. But enough of my words. Joshua, it's over to you, sir.
Well, I don't think I would even describe myself in the manner that you did, President Kino. I don't think, as a Buxtonian, I don't think I would, use those words, but nevertheless, thank you so much, Mr. Kino Lee James. And bear in mind, sir, as a fellow member of the Guild, you will also be charged $500 for dare saying the Lushington House is anything more than a hut. But we'll not get into that right here. As for me, I joined the whole family of Kiwanis and all its greatness at a very late stage. My college life at the Micro was my first venture into Circle K, Kiwanis, or Key Club on a whole. I did not know much about this organization, but the mentorship I got from IPP Angela Panis was truly a handful, I would dare say so myself. But to me, my experience with Circle K on a whole and the Kiwanis families to the very extent, it has been eye-opening. As there are many ups and many high points, there are also some challenging points and points that could be fixed and things that could even work a lot better. But throughout my experience, I can say when I came to the Micro as a student, I used to always see projects being done by Circle Kers. The Micro used to always recognize Circle Kers in orientations. It was always a case where you kept on hearing about this organization. You hear about this organization more than any other club at the Michael. But when I came into the organization and the three tenants I met upon, which is leadership, fellowship, and service, one of the integral things I really picked up on is how this organization incorporates youth and their shared love for service. Because as it pertains leadership, I can truly say Circle K on a whole, it not only births leaders, it actually carries them along the way. It actually pushes them towards greatness. It's actually, I wouldn't say force, but encourages them to move on to a better stage in life, to move on to a stage in which they can lead on other platforms. Because it was even through Circle K, my whole entire experience as my friend Karen would just say, a fresh new president who had no previous experience within the organization, to even want to run for the guild president of my college just because of the experience that I gained through this organization. I can truly say one of the high points of Circle K to me is the prospect of leadership, because it's not just leadership from the college level. I'm talking about Circle K aspect. It's not just leadership from the college level that is really pushing you. It's leadership from the Kiwanians and their interactions with us as Circle Kers. For the most part, I can say it has been good. It has been fruitful. You have persons with 20, 30, 40 years of not only service experience, but leadership experience and business experience as well. And these persons are already always ready and waiting to pour out that knowledge into us, the future persons, the future leaders of tomorrow. And even with them pouring out that knowledge onto us, we still get that aspect of giving of ourselves, giving service, altruistic service to help others who might not be able to help themselves. So it is with that I kind of realized that me going through the process of being a new president, some of the things that happened is that a lot of persons reached out to me. So there was never a point in time where you felt like you were doing it on your own. There's never a point in time where you felt like you were lost. But some of the issues that I had faced was funding. Funding is always an issue for Circle Kers. But in my year, I can truly say that the Lord had blessed us, because our sponsoring club, I mean, they carried us like a baby in a cradle. Other outside clubs, they acted like an auntie and uncle who would look for you every single month. And say, before them go away, them are gonna grease your palms with something towards a project, towards club membership, something to push you forward. And one thing I really loved is that each time my members attended a meeting, there was always some level of love, respect, and a person cheering you up when the meeting ended. So until it reached a point in time where when I used to go to meetings, I used to stay back and listen to a person like Mr. Newton Ramdell talking about his time playing cricket. So I used to stay back hearing Mr. Desmond Batchelor trying to relive his old days as a DJ. I mean, these are some of the things that I really enjoyed. So it was out of the sphere of even to say I'm in a leadership organization, I'm in a service organization, I have to find more ways of giving back. But there was a transfer of cultural knowledge and some ideals that they hold there that was passed on to us. And even within our own meetings, we kind of mimic that. After a meeting would end, we'd have a karaoke session. After a meeting would end, we still have Kiwanians there who we talk to for hours on end. So it was always a case of us as a prospective board continuously learning, continuously growing. But the parts that we kind of fell short in was the communication with some Kiwanis clubs. communication as in getting things planned effectively, getting things done properly. Sometimes there were challenges there. And I know it was a case of just us being overzealous and passionate about a project and not truly understanding how the procedure works. But I honestly believe that one of the things that can be implemented to allow a smoother transition from persons from Circle K clubs to the Kiwanis clubs is to show them more than just being a leadership organization, than just being a service organization, but to show them that we as Circle Kers can be gifted more knowledge in the sphere of finance, in the sphere of education, in the sphere of just learning how to live and transition from college into the working world. I too have had that experience with Mr. Desmond Batchelor giving me tips and ideas of how I can start a business. He might not remember, but I do, how I can start a business after I leave the MICO. I mean, you have numerous individuals within this organization who younger persons would love to connect to as mentors, as guides, so they can show them that when you leave college, you don't have to struggle. When you leave college, you don't have to be lost. There is a way. And when you do that, it will create a feeling of love. It will create a feeling of commitment in the minds of the Circle Kers. So as they leave college, their first thought will be, you know what? Which Kiwanis club shall I join? Let me pick, choose and refuse, or use a roll of a dice to choose my club. But in all honesty, I really see this organization as just a normal student who attended the MICO as something much more than service. It also became a family to us. Most times we would long to go to meetings and just hoping and praying that somebody would say the word announcement. Sometimes we'd long to go to these meetings to hear when the meeting is adjourned, person asking where's the food court or where's the food table at the back. Sometimes we'd long to go to these meetings to see old friends who we haven't seen because we're in the pandemic. But one of the main things I really appreciated throughout this process is the level of growth it gave me as an individual. I was never a fluent speaker. Most times, if my group of friends don't know, I would not have the confidence to even go on a Zoom platform and speak. But by virtue of being in the club and being in a position of leadership, it actually forced you to try something new, forced you to be more than what you think you can be. And it not only pushed you out on the stage to just do something and the foolishness and just leave it there. There was a space in which you always were given corrections, you all were always guided, whether it be by your fellow Circle Kers or Kiwanis, there was always some level of guidance present. I can only speak for myself when I say I was not ready to be a president. I was not ready to do anything as I was lost totally. But trust me, it was definitely a lovely experience. And I thank you.
Okay, thank you, President Joshua. President Joshua. Wait, yes, it's still President Joshua. I still have to address you as Mr. President. But thank you, President Joshua, for that very detailed presentation just now. But I am going to spare my words, and I already started to introduce DS Diana. Sorry, Madam Senior Lady. I don't have $500, but Madam Senior Lady. The only thing I'll add to her introduction is, as I had mentioned prior, she is a special ed major. She is in her final year, and her specialization as well is moderate to severe disabilities. So Diana, I hope you've caught your breath, and it's now over. I'm sorry. You guys know that this is how I stay. It's now open to you.
President Kino, while you're waiting to bring on DS Dana, may I say that distinguished President Joshua indicated an interest in being a member of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. And I told him this evening, President Junior, that I will introduce him as a prospective member. So I would say welcome, DG, distinguished President DP Joshua Brown. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And we are looking forward.
All
Go ahead,
right,
President Kino.
Madam Senior Lady.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Once again, before I was traveling, apologies again. Now, first, I'm just going to apologies if you're hearing a bullhorn, but they're making an announcement. First, I would like to speak about the 4 tenets of CKI: leadership, fellowship, and service. Now, throughout CKI or throughout my entire life, I've always been in leadership. So when I joined CKI, I knew I wasn't going to be a regular member. I'm going to be involved. I'm going to have different positions being a part of the organization, and I'm going to do my job well. Now, for the Micro University College Circle K International Club, I was first a member under president or past district governor. Oh my gosh, what did his name get out my head just now? But
Darren.
yes, Darren.
Bennett.
Right. I was a member under his leadership at the time. No, the second year, I decided, no, I definitely need to become a part of the board. And eventually I was elected to be secretary. During that time, the district secretary was our past secretary, Marissa Brown. Yeah, secretary or president, one of them. But yes, she was the district secretary at the time, and she guided me, and or basically the whole board was encouragement for me to go further into CKI. Apart from being a secretary, I went on to become a distinguished secretary because I paid keen attention to my work. I loved being a part of CKI. I loved what I did as secretary. And eventually I moved on to becoming the district secretary for the whole Caribbean district of CKI. And that's a lot as well. Now, leadership, you are not only a leader, or you shouldn't see yourself only as a leader, but there are other persons around you that are leaders. And with that, they come with a lot to offer you as well. And as I was previously stating, the previous board, they were leaders for me. And because of them, I went into leadership. I'm always known to be a leader, but because they encouraged me to go into leadership, I was a leader as well. Now, apart from that, fellowship, there are a lot of persons that are a part of CKI, and I gained a lot of friendships through CKI. There are a lot of persons from different countries that I know due to CKI. Any new members, any persons who want to become of CKI, you are never alone. There is always someone there to guide you, to be your friend, and basically to assist you in any way they can. Service. I want to speak more on service because service for me in CKI was the best thing. I got to be involved in so many projects that touched the lives of many other persons. I remember when we went downtown to give food to the homeless. I remember we going to beaches to clean up so that the environment can be clean for others to be, or others to enjoy the environment. I remember we're going to schools, painting schools, cleaning schools so that the children can have a better space to study and even eat. The impact of CKI on others is extremely wonderful, and I cannot say that CKI has not done a lot for me. It has allowed me to grow so much in the 3 tenets that I just stated. Leadership, I'm a leader. Everything I do, I'm getting a leadership position. You will never see from now going forward, I'm not going to go into a leadership position. Fellowship, I'm always going to make friends. Through CKI, I've learned to do all of these things. Service, if I can say, whatever organization I am a part of, there will be there will be projects from CKI that I will include in those organizations. Not to say I'm stealing the ideas, but because CKI has that impact, because I did these projects and knew what these projects could do for others in any other organization, I can say I'm going to implement this straight from CKI. Now, it was said for me to include some ups and downs. You're going to have persons that will say you're not doing anything. You're going to have persons that you're going to have instances where there's not much communication. There's a breakdown in communication, which causes things to not go well. You're going to have some persons that fellowship, it's not really working for them. But it's up to you to not let, because of this situation occurred, that, oh, you're going to stop doing service, you're going to stop being a part of CKI. No, that is not the purpose or why you joined CKI. You joined CKI because of what CKI offered for you and not only for others. So that's something I faced. I had a lot of challenges in regards to communications and being amicable with others. But apart from that, I can say, listen, I will never tell anyone not to join CKI, because CKI has done so much for me, and I believe CKI can do a lot for you as well. Now, being a part of the Michael University College CKI club, I can say current members, do not stay within yourself and say, oh, I'm not going to join this project, or I'm not going to go to this meeting. Be interested in the meetings, be interested in going to the service projects. You never know what your presence can do for someone, or even you offering an encouraging word to someone can do. And I believe that through CKI, you will be more than able to impact others' lives. Yes, that's basically it. That's basically what I have to say about CKI. But CKI has done so much for me. As President Kino said, I'm now the Madam Senior Lady for the Michael Guild of Students. As I previously stated, you will never see Diana going forward not in a leadership position. You will never see Diana going forward not doing service. You will never see Diana going forward not making friends. Through CKI also, I do not want to forget being a part of the Michael CKI club. I have gained friendships with Kiwanians, key clubbers. I can say that there are a number of Kiwanis currently on this meeting as well, that due to them and their guidance, I am still here where I am today. I can mention one particular person, and he has been a long-standing secretary for the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, Dale G. William. I can say from I've been in CKI up until now, there isn't a point in time where Dale G. William hasn't reached out to me to ask me how I'm doing or provide some encouraging words to me. So CKI members, club members, Kiwanians are there for you. Key clubbers are there for you. It's up to you to make your connections, make your friendships, and basically build yourself to be better. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Diana,
for sharing with us now. So we are now going to open the floor for some questions and for our panelists this evening. So I'm going to ask that we use the raise hand feature to somewhat keep things orderly and so that things can be done in a timely manner. So we're now open to questions. Whether it is questions or feedback, all right. Our PE, you may go forward.
Just let me make sure that you can see me. Okay, so Madam Senior Lady, can you please help me to understand what that position entails? It's a very unusual title, and I don't think I can vie for it right now, but I don't know about it.
Okay, thank you for that question, PE. So the Madam Senior Lady, well, my official title is First Vice President of Academic Affairs and Special Projects. And that title is really a second to the Guild President. So if the president is not present at board meetings or will not be present at board meetings, I will be his stand-in. Not only am I a second to the guild president, I am also responsible for the upbringing of the ladies of the MICO. So when it comes to deportment or speech, etc., I am also responsible for ensuring that they are groomed well into becoming Myconians or Myco ladies, as we say it. Not only that, I am also responsible for the resolving the academic concerns of the students of the MICO. And this position also involves me, well, the special projects part of my title involves service. It is where I should find projects within the MICO University College that I can do to develop the MICO, as well as I should find projects outside of the MICO that will make the community better. So as I say, leadership, service, fellowship, it is always there around us.
Thank you. It sounds like a big job. I lift my hat to you, and I really don't envy you. Thank you.
Thank you.
President Kino, I didn't raise my hand, but I want to ask, Lady, I was just gonna say Lady Diana, that's easier for me. A question. It would seem to me that the role, which includes the grooming of the ladies of the MICO, would have to be done by a woman. I'm going to assume that. So the other roles that you have, they didn't have to be combined. I mean, could there be a separate I mean, it just so happens you fit the bill for all of those roles. But I'm just saying, wouldn't it be a separate role if for example, that second to the president was a man? Wouldn't there have been, I don't know if you understand, are you following what I'm trying to ask you?
I am not really sure if I'm understanding, but the second to the president can only be a female or a lady. There is a second vice president, though, that can only be a male to the president.
Oh, okay. Well, that would explain it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we're back to following the order. LGE Desmond.
Yes, President Kino. My question really is for each of the presenters. And may I ask, I start with yes, Diana, since you're really up, or Madam Senior Lady. What has been, you may have said it before, but what has been your most rewarding and also most challenging experience as a CKI member?
I'm going to start with the challenging one. The most challenging one for me would have been when I was district secretary for the Caribbean district. During that time, I not only got sick and had to do surgery, but there was a lot going on in Circle K in regards to challenges with communication, etc. But that would have been my most challenging time. But, eventually it was overcame and we are now here.
Give thanks.
Right. Amen. No, the most rewarding experience for me, I really don't have any specific one, but I can say that service. I love service. I love giving back to others and seeing the children smile at the food prepared for them, seeing them smile because we cleaned an environment for them to be able to do their classes, to see the impact we have made on, for example, a principal who will say, thank you for painting the school, or even seeing where we're downtown and we're giving food to the homeless, or basically anyone who is in need of the food, and seeing them smile. That is the most rewarding experience for me.
Thank you. Thank you. President Kino, do you have time for the other two presenters to answer the same question?
So LG Ray J isn't here right now, but sorry, Joshua, you can go ahead.
All right, so for me, my most challenging one would be disputes among members. To try to call those disputes, that would be one of the most challenging times, especially within board members. That was the most challenging time for me. But that was resolved over, as they would say, a sip of wine. So that was quickly resolved. But for me, I have many moments that are considered the best moments for me, but 4 specific projects that we carried out came in mind, which is our first project, which was a movie day at Mackier's Special Education School. The second one would have been the refurbishing of the playground at Best Pier. The third would have been a sensory room cleanup at Promise Learning Center. And the last was a reading day at Shore Foundation. The reason why those are the best ones that came into my mind was because those are the projects that we got to interact with some of the students from these schools. And it just gave us a chance to actually sit down, play with them, and to see life from their perspective. So those are the best memories that I have so far.
Thank you, DP. Joshua, and all the best going forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You and DS Diana and LG VJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. So next up, DP Kevin.
Good evening, panelists, and I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. And I hear the leaders coming out in all of you. Thank you very much for allowing me to have some semblance of confidence in our youth going forward. My reason for rising right now is not really to ask a question, but rather to make an appeal. And my appeal is going out directly to Madam Senior Lady. Let me give you a background as to my appeal. The Kiwanis Club of Linstead became involved in the life of a blind young lady. She got fully blind at the age of 16, and she expressed a desire to pursue her BSc in guidance and counseling. Now, through the Kiwanis Club of Linstead, we have awarded her a full scholarship for her schooling at the Micro University College. But as you can imagine, being completely blind, she does have significant challenges. So my appeal right now, and I'm going to put my number in the chat, so whichever one can reach out to me directly. My appeal right now is to make this a special project, if you will, of the Micro CKI to assist us in allowing this young lady to realize her dream of becoming a guidance counselor despite having that significant challenge. And I thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, DP Kevin. I know the question was directed to Joshua and Diana, but I'm pursuing guidance and counseling here at Michael. And I'll put my number in the chat as well, so you can reach out to me, because I know the Department of Behavioral Sciences would be, trust me, more than happy to assist in that regard. All right, next. So Joshua, you have something to add to what he just said?
Yes, so DP Kevin, funny enough, I have met this individual and I assisted her in getting on the hostel. So we have been in dialogue and we are trying to assist her at this time. It was funny that you mentioned her name. As you mentioned, a blind individual and guidance counseling, the name popped into my mind. So we are aware of her, and as special educators, we consider it our duty to help all of our colleagues.
Just to say that I like what I'm hearing, and I look forward to hearing positive things coming out of that experience at Michael. But as I said, I see a message sent to me directly in this regard, and I'm going to also share my number so that you can have dialogue with me on this matter. But thank you guys so much. I'm really encouraged by what I'm hearing tonight.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that. Next hand I see is Newton Ramdal.
Okay, thank you. Mine is really not a question. It's really an observation, and I hope it's not too much rambling. But you know, Michael has always been known at Kingston Club as the vibes people. Whenever we turn up at the secretariat to have a meeting and people from Michael in the house, we know it's going to be a good night. And what I want to say is that I know I see the attitude of the Michael CKI, and what I want to, my kind of question is that even though that new attitude that you have found may not be a part, you're all going to be educators, or you're all educators, and even though that attitude that you have taken on, hopefully because of CKI, is not a part of the curriculum. I'm hoping that you will try to pass it on to the students, not as a by the way thing, but as a deliberate thing, because to me, I think it does make a difference. It will make a difference to their educational journey, just as CKI made a difference to your sojourn through Michael. As I say, hope I wasn't rambling too much, but that's my 2 cents.
Certainly not rambling, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. You can go ahead, Diana.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ramdan. Definitely. We would like persons to emulate and follow in our footsteps, not the bad things, but the good things. So definitely we are looking out for others to ensure that they are guided in the right path. And as stated before, it's our job, it's our responsibility being a part of the Michael Guild, but definitely through CKI as well. Within the club, they also have a President Kino and all the other board members to look up to. And if they need any more guidance, we are definitely here for them.
Love it, love it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Diana. All right. DP June. I'm seeing a hand from a DP June, but I'm
Unmute DP June.
Yes.
Thank you, but DP Kevin said what I intended to say. It's all about that very case, so I'm all right.
Yes.
Right. Do we have any more comments or questions? Let me see if there are any in the chat. All right, there's none in the chat. There's a message sent to me directly. When will we get to know more about you, President Kino? One day very soon. One day very soon. The secret I can tell you that it will be on a day that ends with Y. But it's one day very soon. All right. We have no more questions or comments.
Yeah.
You can hand it back to the president.
Yes.
All right, then I will hand over back to President Junior.
Thank you, President Keenan and your team. You have certainly leadership.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Yes.
3 tenets, yeah.
The 3 tenets. That is very much, so much Kiwanis. And we are happy that we are able to mentor you and to guide you and to know that you really enjoy being a CKI. And thank you so much. We have certainly enjoyed what you have presented to us, and it was extremely good. So we move to there's a vote of thanks, President Kino, and toast to Michael 45th anniversary by VP Natoya Grant. So we'll have that at this time.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope we are having a wonderful evening thus far. Happy to be on. Sorry to be late, was in transit home, but glad that I was able to catch the remaining portion of our meeting. Firstly, I must say many thanks to you, President Junior Stewart, and also to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston for hosting us. This was quite an interesting meeting. We're glad that we had the opportunity to share in it with you all. And I do hope we'll be able to venture in this form in the near future. Also, I'd like to give special thanks to all our Kiwanians joining tonight and to all our guests as well. I know for sure it would not have been the same without you all being here, so thank you so much. And lastly, I must say thanks to our speakers, Joshua, Ray J, and also Diana. Definitely wonderful and amazing young leaders who I aspire and have been learning a lot from. lots of socialization with them, and I can tell you they're very hard workers. Kudos. I know you did a great job. I was able to hear most of what you guys said tonight. And believe it or not, I have been really encouraged tonight. I'm sure many of us on as well. We have learned a lot as well from all of you. So thank you guys so much for sharing. We do appreciate you participating in this evening. And before I go, I just want to give a big toast to our anniversary. What's 43 years now, right? Say yes, we've come this far by faith, and by faith we shall go many, many more years. So let's raise our glasses, emoji style, as we say, happy anniversary, and many more
Happy
to come.
anniversary.
Thank you.
Happy
And
anniversary. Happy anniversary. Very happy anniversary to you.
And good cheer.
And good cheer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We'll move on then to where we are now. We'll move on to, notices and announcement. Back to you, President Kino.
All right. So good evening again. So as it relates to our notices and our announcements, our actual Micro University College anniversary meeting will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. via Zoom, and we are looking forward. We had about 72 persons here this evening. We want to see 100 of you showing later this evening. Not this evening, tomorrow.
Okay.
In our anniversary. In addition to that, the Thursday is the actual 27th, and we're looking to drop our anniversary video on our Instagram page at @themico_CKI. You can check that out as well. This Friday, we have our breast cancer project that will be done in partnership with the Micro University College Guild of Students. And it's the Pinktober celebration, and it will be a balloon release. And individuals who are interested on that day, we are asking that you wear something pink. For the ladies, the school did not grant us permission for you to substitute your uniform for that day. So you probably will need to bring something pink. But for the gentlemen, you're free to wear whatever professional attire you have that is in the color of pink. Your donation is $300, and the donations will go towards the Jamaica Cancer Society. We start at 11:30 a.m. If you are interested, you can, there's a link that is going around where you can fill it out to make your donations as well as participate on the day. That is roughly all our announcements we have for now. The others will be shared tomorrow. I'm not sure if we have any announcements coming from the Kiwanis Club of Kingston.
Yes, and therefore, thank you again, President Kino. And therefore, I'll ask Secretary Willie, are there any announcement that you'd like to make at this point?
Thank you, President Junior. Regarding announcements, the back to school supplies drive jointly with Michael Circle K continues, as well as with Nation Builders, and that we have to bring that to a close later this week. 2, the fundraising committee meets on Thursday evening, 5:30 at my house to discuss further planning of the Christmas ball. That's the annual Grand Christmas Charity Ball on the 3rd of December, the Saturday at the Jamaica Pegasus. It's important those members of the committee attend this meeting as we have to take several decisions. So that's fundraising committee meeting Thursday night, 5:30 at 52 Haney Crescent.
Okay.
And I would be remiss, President Junior, if I didn't just mention, I was on a program earlier invited by Vice Governor Pam Rodney White, where they were giving out awards. This is the diaspora in England, UK, Connecticut, and United States, and the Caribbean. And one of the awardees was our own second VP of Micro Circle K, Morella Hughes. More details, I'll send out more details tomorrow. Well, congratulations to Morella for the award she just received. It's under Let's Talk under the Regular Tree Foundation. Thank you. In terms of interclubbing opportunities, I will send those out in the morning. I will send it in a WhatsApp group. Thank you, President Junior.
Okay, thank you, Secretary Willie.
And President Junior, better late than never, but
Yes.
Chairman Zuri Johnson sent his apology for absence.
We received it.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, so the Sarge won't be on tonight. Thank you.
Put a blanket fine.
No, he said he didn't want to start do any fines because he wanted to get an assessment of how the collections were going.
Okay. All right. We'll straighten out that part and have it organized for our next meeting. All right. So we'll move now to the thought for the week. DP Stewart.
Okay, thank you, President Junior.
Yes.
Okay, I have two short ones this evening. First one says, yesterday is past, tomorrow is not a promise. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present.
Okay. Oh.
And the second one is very short. You can tell a lot about people by how they treat people. Those are my two thoughts, President Junior.
And thank you ever so much, DP Stewart.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you.
Are there anything else that we'd like to say very quickly now? Anybody have any other announcements or anything that we'd like to deal with very quickly? So I dare say it was a wonderful evening, was an exciting evening as we thought. And let us say, thank you, Michael Circle K again, for joining us this evening. Yes, and I must say very happy anniversary to you. And we hope that you do enjoy the rest of the week. And we'll try to join you as much as possible on what you are. Tomorrow evening, we will be with you, hopefully. So take care and thank you again. And if there's no other business, I'd just like to raise our glasses, and I have my glass with me, to Kiwanis International, Friendly Jamaica, our Jamaica land we love. Thank you. This meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and Michael Circle K is now terminated. Thank you very much for attending. Your time, DP, Stu.
Okay, you can keep talking in the meantime.
Yes, I would say that we really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the presentations.
And we learned quite a bit about Michael Circle K. And we are very happy.
Well, what I'm hoping for, President Junior,
yes,
is since we're seeing the back of COVID now, what I'm looking forward to is when we get back to the secretariat and the Michael Patsy walk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, President.
Yes.
And yes.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone on the platform.
Yes.
Good evening to my good friend DLG Willie.
Yes.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, man.
Good, my friend. How you do? How you
Doing
Kevin?
good, you know, doing good. The weather is getting cold, but I'm still doing good. Not complaining. We're down in the 40s now.
Oh,
but I'm not complaining. Yes. But
Alright,
very
DP.
nice. Yeah, man. Very nice meeting. Good to have been here. I tell you, the Lord always works in mysterious ways and put us where He wants us for His glory.
Absolutely.
Yes. You all have a good night, and thanks again for the invite.
All right.
Thank you,
And
Kevin.
don't go. We are on. We'll be playing some music for you.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm just going to fade into the background.
Right.
Right, my good friend, LGE Desmond.
Yes, DP, I'm Kevin. Nice to see you, sir. And I was so pleased that you mentioned that particular case of that special education student. Looking up
man, I tell you,
and the scholarship that you offer.
Yes, man. I had to fight myself from becoming too emotional, because this is a special case that is very special and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And for somebody who is having those kind of challenges, and she is still wanting to press on, she's still trying to fight through it. I'm encouraged by her resilience, and she just needs little help to get over the finish line.
Yes.
And we at KC Linstead, we are committed to seeing her one day receiving her BSc.
Kevin.
Very good, very good.
Kevin.
I hear my name.
Yes, I attempted to call you today, and I left a message, but you have not returned my call.
What number you have for me, sir?
I cannot tell you that now. I don't know.
Remember, I no longer reside on the island, sir.
Yes. I use your WhatsApp number to call you.
Oh. Well, let me see. And this is who I'm talking to again.
DT Ralston.
DT past you're trusting now, Ralston?
He did pass.
Pass. You see, I don't know if you see the gray hair in my hair yet, And if it kind of look good, but it did.
Pass, yes. But I
called. Pass District Trustee Ralston. All right. I sent my number in the chat, the WhatsApp number.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Or if you want to send me a number, I can call you right now.
Try again tomorrow. My number.
There you go. All right. So my number is in the chat. You can give me a call tomorrow, anytime after 8 o'clock. Or
cool.
Anytime after 9 o'clock your time.
Good.
Newton, you still on? I heard some interesting information. I think it was from Joshua. He mentioned about Newton and cricket.
Yes. I know.
And then he also mentioned something about Desmond and wanting to be a DJ, aspiring DJ.
I know.
I didn't know about that part, So I wouldn't mind a little elaboration.
Yes.
Did he get it right?
I am waiting for that too.
I know he was playing the music, so maybe I usurped his ambition, So I really didn't know I was standing in his way, Sorry about that. LGD is still there?
You never stand in my way, DP Stewart. There are always other opportunities.
Okay.
DP Stewart listening to that song, that famous song, LGE.
Yes.
Yes, man. I'm listening to that famous song, man. Standing in my way.
Beresford Hammond.
I tell you.
Yes.
Well, if Newton trying to join the cricket team, maybe it's his best chance now.
Yes, that's true. That's true. West Indies really mash up.